Hello everybody, welcome back to some good old Fallout Equestria. Today we are looking at Chapter 14, Steel Hooves. Now that's probably going to be fun, that's going to be a treat. I am looking very much forward to that. Okay, let's see here, what am I missing? Gotta do something? Oh man. Hi everybody, how's it going? What's shaking, bacons? Everyone having a good day so far? Oh, I hope so. Hi, hello, Yellow. Yellow Mellows, what's up everyone? What's shaking? Oh, I know most y'all are probably just here to say hi, but thank you for showing up anyway. Fantasy Fest? What is that? I have no clue what a Fantasy Fest is. Is that like a Renaissance fair or something? Never heard of that before. Oh man. Oof, feel that relatable. Sleeping? Yeah, absolutely agree. Oh man, I gotta admit folks, I'm really looking forward to today's premiere. It's gonna be so much fun. I absolutely had a blast. Yeah, it's Ray, by the way, yeah. Yeah, that's good old classic Ray here. Mine... I'm not sure I know what that means. It's mine, dragons, and elves. I have no idea. Okay. Well, if for some of you all who are probably not going to stick around, I hope to see you all at the premiere, because I had absolutely a blast recording today's premiere. But for those who are sticking around, though, we are going to be reading some Fallout Equestria. Now, typically how I do this is I like to just kind of read through this entire segments until I reach little blocks like this. Little page gaps, sort of. But, you know, I'm not really good at following my own rules, so... We'll just kind of see. We've been reading this for a while, so those of you who are not really caught up to date might be out of the loop. And I am terribly sorry. But, you might not have a chance at trying to get through this. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna begin reading this off here, because why not? Okay, Chapter 14, Steel Hooves. The stables were never meant to save any pony. Okay, drugs are bad. Okay, don't do drugs. Okay. Explosions. The world around me was rent apart by a cacophony of violent light and bombastic sound, shocking heat following roar beyond the might of thunder. The twilight darkness was annihilated by too bright brilliance. Time slowed to a crawl as this sensory overload was causing my own brain to lag. Oh, I'm gonna just move chat over there. There we go. Okay. Darkness would now lay soon. Time slowed to a crawl. Sensory overload causing my brain to lag. Final shrapnel tore at me. Sparks of pain igniting all over my body. The roar that filled the world died with a high-pitched whine as I lost my hearing. I was rooted in place, unable to make my body move. Blood splattered across my face as the pseudo-goddess standing in front of me tore apart, the parts of her body savagely flung in every direction. Alright, peace. Thanks for stopping by just to say hi. It's appreciated. Flung in the direction. Holy cow, that's violent. I felt myself thrown to the ground. Velvet Remedy covered me with her body, her shield forming around us with aching slowness. I could feel a sticky warmth as her blood seeped down, mixing with mine. Ooh, saucy. Yeah, I know, this is quite the story, I know. I guarantee it'll probably get a lot worse in the words I am saying in a sentence below. I guarantee it's gonna sound a lot more saucy if we give it a little while. Just the longer it goes, it just keeps getting it keeps getting worse. In a good way, in a good way. Okay, she brought her own back. She late to her. Was too late for her. The rapid-fire explosions that were killing Velvet Remedy and me just by proximity were ripping directly into the creature. The pseudo goddess's shield rippled, fluctuated, and died before it could fully manifest. Then she too was consumed in mutilating blaze. Time snapped back as the rain of explosions momentarily stopped. My vision was warped with afterimages of the creatures, their obliterating bodies flash burned into my sight. My ears still heard nothing but a distant, nauseating buzz. But now, I could see the source of the massive attack, and I had seen this thing before. It was the poster from the recruitment center, come to life before us. A pony, completely concealed in steel gray armor, even its tail. It was a mighty relic from the war. A steel ranger. This is, by the way, this is the first introduction we are getting of power armor. If y'all know Fallout, a steel ranger, I'm pretty sure is the same thing as a soldier wearing power armor. For those who are familiar with Fallout, which is also what the story is based off of, so be impressed if y'all didn't know at least a little bit. A bright lamp on its forehead spotlighted its targets, and the huge gun on the right side of the monstrous battle saddle began to fire again. But the last pseudo-goddess had been given plenty of time to bring up her shield as her sisters were slaughtered, and the explosions which I now saw were metal apples similar to those I had used on the dragon, only being fired at terrifying speed, detonated against the shield while she stood inside, looking cozy, unconcerned, and only mildly pissed. The flames illuminated her midnight blue coat and the sickly green hair, not sticky green hair, sickly green hair, and made her eyes sparkle like gateways to hell. Again, the Steel Ranger's grenade machine gun stopped, and now a large box on the left side of its battle saddle sprung open, unleashing 2 rockets which arrowed through the air towards the creature, leaving contrails of smoke in their wake. Dude, these freaking suits are unbelievably OP. I wish mine can do that in Fallout. That sounds awesome. I wish my armor can shoot weapons in Fallout 4. That would be so much more fun. Versus having to switch between 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 on my keyboard. Anyway, that aside, the pseudo-goddess merely lowered her head, a spark of light bursting from her horn in an instant. The 2 rockets had reversed course. The Steel Ranger tried to step back, but there was no time. The rockets impacted directly into our armored would-be savior, the explosion tossing the massive body back down the hill. The grass erupted in smoke and dirt as the tumbling body bounced over several mines before coming to a stop, motionless and seemingly lifeless at the foot of the shack below. Not snack. I'm gonna go now, I'm good. Okay, well, be safe now, I'm good. Okay, wishing you good luck. Good luck with whatever you're doing, good. Velvet's weight bore down on me. We waited for the Steel Ranger to get up, and the world seemed to wait with us. When after long moments it did not stir, the pseudo-goddess strode forward towards it. I could hear her laughter, even though my ears could hear nothing but that awful ringing. In the back of my mind, I realized I must have been right. Telepathy played a part in the pseudo-goddess's threat. Oh, I know. We're all tired. We're always tired. I hate sleep as being like a physical requirement. It's so annoying. I want to do other crud. I don't want to sleep. I like sleep. I like to think of sleep as like a fast forward type of thing. See now how the so-called mighty alicorn hunter has fallen. The majestic and cruel voice of the pseudo-goddess purred in my head. The goddess will be most pleased. Hello, hello, hello. The impact of bullets created twin sparks on the pseudo-goddess's shield, limping and bloodied from the storm of fire and shrapnel. Calamity strode forward. I could see his mouth moving. Undoubtedly, he was saying something snide and witty. Oh, classic Calamity. That is so Calamity. The pseudo-goddess or alicorn by her own title turned and snorted dursively. Okay. I have no clue what dursively means, but I trust it. I trust the process. Calamity shot again, to just as futile in effect. I shrugged my haunches, trying to tell Velvet Remedy to get off of me, but she did not. Her body was warm dead weight. I realized her shield spell had dropped and felt a surge of panic. I heaved, rolling her off, and turned to find my beautiful companion unconscious. Her hide flayed by shrapnel, bleeding excessively. With a flare of my horn, I opened one of her medical boxes and started pulling out what supplies we had left. My heart screamed at seeing how little it was. I may have screamed too, but I couldn't hear. You're deaf screaming. Ah, relatable. I pulled open the other, hoping for more, but all that was left in the second medical box was her dress, a bottle of Buck, and the party time Mentals. Oh yeah, everyone will die after like the first 2 minutes. That's it. They just show up, say hi, disappear, never see them again. And that's how it goes. But everyone is here in the story is also dying. I don't think they're dying though. They want to be dying, but they have this superpower called plot armor, and it's really OP. It's a really good. If you could have any perk, it's called plot armor. All right, with that perk alone, you'll win every battle, every time. no matter the consequences. That voice in my head roared. Velvet Remedy was counting on me. She'd die if I couldn't help her. I needed to be smarter right now. I needed to be better right now. I needed those Mentals. Bros really giving in to their Mentals addiction. Those party time Mentals. The little memory orb rolled out and fell into the grass as I tore the tin of party Mentals from her saddle box and floated it up to me. A craving hit me and I had to force myself to only take one. Make them last. One would be, see, the addiction. They're so good, right? Just one more piece of candy for the road, you know? Just maybe I'll just take a little handful in the cookie jar. Oh my gosh, true. True, that's so true. Plot armor. You can't lose. No matter if you get shot, you have plot armor. And nothing is stronger than... I don't think that has anything to do with plot armor. Plot armor is just a... Kind of like magic if you think about it. The world became so much brighter, clearer, cleaner. I was aware of each raindrop as it struck me. I was aware of each pain, each bleeding gash in my own body. My mind sped down pathways of thought. Imagine you're able to just subconsciously, like, micro-analyze every single detail. I know, plot armor! It's so OP! Just talking about how there is no power. No, Superman has nothing against plot armor. Alright? Every hero, every villain, plot armor. Nah, the script. Yeah, you're breaking character, bleeding out right now. We're not gonna allow you to die. Oh man. Once again, brilliant light burst all about us, this time carrying a choking stench of ozone as the alicorn summoned lightning from the thunderclouds and struck Calamity to the ground. I turned trying to cry out, but I had no voice. Or I did, but could not hear it. Calamity shuddered, twitching on the ground. He was not dead, not even yet unconscious, but he was in no condition to fight. The alicorn didn't seem to care. A malicious smile broke over her features, cold and wicked as motes of pinkish purple light ignited around her head, growing and shaping into magical arrows. See, I still feel like these false alicorns are changelings, even though we had the discussion last stream or two ago. That they technically didn't exist by the time this came out, but there's just something about the description that just says, changelings. Classic changelings. I know what you're talking about, but it's not the case, you know? Oh, I hate it so much. Every time I think of these false alicorn prophets, I just think changelings. That's it. That's all I do. It's fun though. Hello, welcome, welcome. Stories over here. There's a chat over there, you know, and could just chill around. Go grab a drink or something. You know, party's gonna be here for a while. I tried to get to my hooves, but my legs wouldn't work. A wave of felling nausea dropped me. I knew I too was suffering from loss of blood, and the ringing in my ears was shredding my sense of balance, but I also knew that Calamity and Velvet were about to die. So might I? But I would die saving them. Top 5. Hold on. I'll get back to that. Let me finish this page. And in the sheer brilliance of mental enhanced acumen, I knew just how to do it. My telekinesis did not fail me, even when my body did. I brought my sniper rifle to me as I simultaneously lifted my memory orb and floated it towards the alicorn, moving it so that it approached from her flank. I felt a pang of conscious risking something so precious to Velvet. The pseudo-goddess turned, catching the movement out of the corner of her eye. She reacted before she recognized it, expecting a grenade, focusing her magic against it to send it hurling back at me. The memory orb glowed softly as the alicorn touched it. With focused magic, her eyes went wide, her shield dropping and the forming cascade of magical arrows evaporating as the alicorn was lost inside the memory. Slipping into the targeting set of stats, I lined up the headshot and pulled the trigger. Bro, if you get hit by one of those memory orbs, you basically just go freaking brain is like, oh crud, I don't want to relive the memory. Not now, anytime but now. Oh god, that's hilarious. Oh my god. False alicorn. Oh, do you make false alicorn syndrome? Question mark. Jerry, you gonna last show with the story that we're watching top 5 is? Make a story. Make a story. I'm not making a story. No, I'm not gonna make a story on that. No way. I'm good. That's just for laughs. That was all just for laughs. Oh man. Deception roll 20. I know, just imagine you're like in a super intense firefight. Somebody like doesn't throw a grenade, they hit you with a freaking crystal ball. And then you get like knocked into a coma. And that's it. You're done. You're done. God, dude. That is such a pro gamer move, dude. Those party time mentals are freaking hilarious. I love them. God, I want some mentals. Maybe I could actually get more crud on this channel done. Oh yeah, no, I'm not making anything on that. That was just for gags. POV, that wasn't a frag. I know it was a crystal ball type memory orb. No, Velvet Remedy intoned harshly, her voice sounding distant and muffled through the buzzing in my ears. She floated the tin of party time mentals away from me before I had a chance to take yet another. I'd taken 2 already, one before killing the alicorn and a second to starve off the massive depression that I knew would come when the first wore off. But, dude, I tried to come up with something that Velvet Remedy would buy. I was amazing now. I could talk anyone into anything. At least let me hold on to them. I might need them. And yet somehow I couldn't convince the most beautiful man in the wasteland to let me keep a tin of medicine. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'd administered the last of the medical potions to Velvet Remedy. The magical liquid seemed to work achingly slow at closing her wounds. Now she was left with just the healing bandages to aid Calamity and myself. We didn't have anywhere near enough. She was still very weak from the loss of blood and was having trouble standing. Calamity needed a medical brace to fix his leg. Velvet Remedy didn't want to risk a mending spell until it was properly set. More, he needed serious bed rest to recover from the lightning strike. If there is anything I hate about playing Fallout games, is jumping from a high place and breaking my freaking legs. Like, bro, I just want to go forward at normal speed, if not quicker, okay? Legs are not my priority. I snap literally my bones playing a Fallout game, even with the perks that I need that make them stronger. I snap those suckers so frequently, it's not even funny. It's not even a joke. I also love that Velvet Remedy is like, no more, no more pills, no more, no more Mentals. No more Mentals, little Pip. You have too many. Dude, honestly, they make them sound really freaking good, especially when you put the words party time Mentals. That sounds awesome. Oh my gosh. I don't know. There's a whole cluster of crud going on. I don't think I could begin to tell you. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Why the heck did I move my mouse? I put it in a spot for a reason. Darn it. Darn it. I missed okay. There was one more. I had to wave Velvet Remedy back before I approached the unmoving armored figure, crumpled against the shack below, harnessing my levitation. I could pass over the minefield safely. Velvet Remedy could not. Mm-hmm. Danger Noodle. Oh, is he streaming? And between the hold on. I am just so out of it. Between the alicorn's thought words and the label my pitbuck had spontaneously given the shack, it didn't take party time Mental's enhanced smarts to realize that this had probably been Steel Hooves. The great alicorn hunter, meaning there were more of these, possibly a lot more. The thought, are they like some off-brand super mutants? No, what? Nobody would trust a super mutant. Super mutants are rock dumb. At least in the games. Steel Hooves had exterminated 2 of them with a combination of surprise and epic firepower. That's true. You gotta admit, that was freaking awesome. Man had rockets and he used those rockets, which is even better. It was by wits and luck that I had killed the 3rd before she slew us all. Last time I needed a boxcar. These creatures were not invincible, but they were powerful and very hard to kill. The metal stallion, or at least I was assuming stallion based on the form of the armor, had not moved since the battle. I crouched down next to the fallen ranger, some of my bandages shifting and coming undone as I did so, my wounds oozing blood. Up close, the armor was even more impressive. It had its own air filtration system, complete life support, even mechanized drug injection. The damage from the rockets was far less than it had any right to be. Still, the armor had caved in at the point of impact, gruesomely crushing the pony inside. No, I will take that. I will take it. I will take it. I'll accept that answer. What? I'm not sure I follow. Alicorns have guns? What? I'll take it. I'll take it. If that's the closest thing to a super mutant, I'll take it. Because they're definitely sure as hell not ghouls. What ghoul would have wings and a horn? Peace. I tried to find a way to remove the helmet, if there was one. It was well concealed, but I found a jack point that would allow my pitbuck to interface with the armor's own arcane technology matrix. I pulled out a tool from my utility barding, already suspecting that the helmet included its own EFS and SATS equivalents, if not more. Whoever had designed the armor must have worked tail twined with tail, alongside stable tech. What a frickin' sentence. That is crazy. Don't do that. The voice from inside the helmet was low, rumbling. Exceptionally masculine. Exceptionally masculine. I jumped back, startled. There was some pony alive in there, fueled by party time confidence. Approached, tried to reassure him. I'm a certified stable tech pitbuck technician. I lied, but only a little. I'm sure I can help. No, you can't. No, you can't. The voice spoke. I'm just gonna start like talking to him like, boy. The voice spoke, but the body still did not move. The helmet did not even turn to look at me. My armor took a crippling hit. Everything is offline. Medical self-repair. The entire spell matrix has crashed. Spell matrix? Spell matrix!
Boy to me, exceptionally masculine.
Oh my god, I know. I love it. Exceptionally. There was a lot of good liners in this story.
Boy.
I just imagine him like Kratos. Freaking from God of War.
Boy to me.
I sat back on my haunches, winching as several sharp bolts of pain lashed up through my flanks. Can you?
Without magical power, I cannot even move. I will die here. I am truly already dead.
It's too funny. The low voice in the armor sounded resigned to the idea, and at peace with it.
But I took them with me, and if I am not mistaken, I saved the stable dweller as a final act. It was a good one.
I was taken aback. My overblown reputation. A deep discomfort stirred inside me. It wasn't right for other ponies to risk their lives for me, thinking of me as something special. I stared at the Steel Ranger, not dead, but paralyzed. If the armor had no power, jacking into it wouldn't do any good. I looked back towards Velvet Remedy, wishing I had actually taken some time to learn more about medicine from her, rather than just relying on her skills. I contemplated lifting her over the minefield. Turning back to the fallen armored pony. Okay, steel hooves, right? How did you...
Oh, how did you... Oh, of course.
Of course what? Shaking off the confusion, I continued. I'm bringing our medic over. Without another word, I turned and focused my magic on Velvet Remedy. She floated into the air with a shocked heap. She started to float through the air towards us. Oh man, just imagine just being levitated over like a freaking minefield, knowing if they drop you, it's like, kaboom!
Boy.
Little Pip, put me down. Minefield, I said casually. Okay, move me, then put me down. A moment later, she had joined us. She gave me a ladylike nigger and turned to look over the armored hunter. As I informed her of what he had told me, my mind flashed to the poster I had seen on the wall of Candy's clinic. Candy with an I. I don't like that. Candy with an I clinic. You don't have to be a Steel Ranger to be a hero. Join the ministry. Hold on, I'm gonna say that in this guy's voice. You don't have to be a Steel Ranger to be a hero. Join the Ministry of Peace today. I looked at Velvet Remedy, knowing she must be familiar with the same poster from somewhere, and wondered if she was remembering it as well. Oh my god, freaking I would love to. Someday. Baby steps, right? One day at a time. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta catch up. Not much. Y'all didn't say too much. Y'all, being a little quiet. Kratos, when you talk to us,
Watch your tone, boy.
Democracy intensive. Yes.
Join the Helldivers. And fight for democracy. You need not bother.
Steel Hooves insisted.
There's nothing to be done. I've had a good gallop.
Nonsense, Velvet Remedy neighed, brushing off the Steel Ranger's morbidity. Now we just have to get you out.
No.
The low gravelly voice said again. Sorry, Velvet asked, confused. She had spent several minutes examining the armor, looking increasingly worried. Even if the armor protected you from burns and slashes, you've suffered massive blunt trauma. The internal damage could... As she spoke, she began to wrap the armor in a soft magical glow.
Don't remove my armor.
Velvet Remedy whinnied. Oh, please, I just went through this with Calamity. I can't treat you if I can't see you.
I know, join the Helldivers today. Gosh.
Listen, I love the game, but I feel like it would be a lot more fun if you can bring more than just 4 solemnly stratagems, alright? Because I freaking hate the lack of 4 stratagems. That's not enough. I need more. I need more stratagems to bring in.
Okay. Don't remove my plot armor.
I blamed gapping at him, eyeing the huge dent crushing into his side. I didn't possess Velvet Remedy's medical consent, but can imagine that the armor was the only thing holding him together. Velvet pulled back, canceling her spell. Well, that seems like a design flaw.
Oh my god.
Of a Ford commercial.
Oh my god. The armor is meant to keep me alive.
That one was more so like for the meme like text-to-speech aspect of it. Because that's how I kind of imagine it. I kind of imagine it like with a text-to-speech kind of thing going on here. Steelhoof said a touch defensively.
Open the open the armor plate over my left flank.
It's too funny. It's too hilarious. He just comes off as an AI. And it's freaking hilarious. I don't even recognize some of these drugs, Velvet said in surprise. The armor has a doctor enchantment. If it was working, I would be fully healed already. Bro, that's freaking boosted. I hate it when I'm playing Fallout 4 and my medical assist system only kicks in at 20%. Like, bro, are you kidding me? I need that now. Oh, that's the Fallout 4 ambiance. Oh my god, that would be way too much. That's almost overkill, my guy. That's extreme. I was still looking over the injection system, casually observing. It doesn't have a system for party time mentals, right? Little Pip, Velvet Remedy scolded, silencing me. I stepped back, cowed. Okay. I turned my mind from the drugs, instead focusing on the failure of the magical powered armor spell matrix. If this was a Pip-Buck, I could easily... Wait, I blurted, already knowing exactly what to do. Little Pip has literally become a mental addict. Wait, I blurted, already knowing exactly what to do. Velvet Remedy gave me a look. Little Pip? Little Pip? She hissed dangerously. I couldn't blame her. It has been only a second since I made that other observation. She didn't have any appreciation for how fast I could think right now, bro. That moment when you're too slow, dude, just gotta get ahead of the game. Pop a mental and, you know, just go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, faster, faster. Oh my gosh. This is on FimFiction. You're close. You almost spelled it right. If she did shoot... Oh, let's see. Oh. Real fast I can think right now. If she did, maybe she wouldn't be so fast to take my party time mentals away. Bro, Velvet's just like upsetting spaghetti because they go slower. They go mentally slower than Little Pip right now. They don't know what it's like to mentals, bro. Drugs are bad, kids. Okay? Don't do drugs. Okay? Okay? You'll get addicted. Okay? Getting addicted to drugs is not okay. Okay? I'm gonna warn you. Okay? Not to get addicted to drugs. Okay? Addiction's bad. No, I know how to fix him. I can restore power to the armor and reboot the spell matrix. I beamed. The suit designer obviously incorporates stable tech arcane technology. It's really not that different from fixing a pitbuck. Velvet's expression softened. Well then, don't just stand there, she smiled, backing out of my way, careful not to move closer to the minefield. Oh my gosh. Oh no, don't buy drugs. Don't buy drugs. Make horse money. Yes. Make horse cash. Velvet's expression saw. Oh yeah, I already freaking read that. See, I can't focus. I can't focus today. I'm having too much fun. I trotted forward and came crashing back to reality. Recognition of my mistake mixed with the crashing depression that flooded me into the wake of party time mentals wearing off. In a moment, I was stupid, ignorant, and dumb. I can't, I moaned. But you just said I don't have the tools. POV when you're too smart, but you're not smart enough that you forgot the tools. The tools! Oh, the car! The car! How do you polish rust? I felt like crying. The Steel Ranger was going to die, imprisoned in his armor because I wasn't a certified stable tech pitbuck technician. Certified. Carry the word certified. My utility barding didn't include a spell matrix master key. Reluctantly, I admitted as much. Velvet Remedy walked to me, wobbling a little. Still faint from the loss of blood, she wrapped her tail over me, whispering comfortingly into my ear, "A spell matrix master key?"
Oh. A spell matrix master key.
The voice of Steel Hooves sounded hopeful rather than resigned.
You might be able to find one in stable 29.
Yeah, POV, you got the plot armor tools. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Yes, dude. But make sure none of them are white. I can't see the cake if they are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We were going into another stable. I felt myself tremble at the thought. From apprehension more than physical weakness, I assumed. Velvet Remedy had rebound my wounds. Calamity limped up to me. Remember, little Pip, this isn't your stable. I nodded. I was still in the grips of post-PTM depression. What the heck is that, PTM? I have no freaking clue. Well, we're gonna move on right past that. I knew I wasn't in any condition mentally to be doing this, but Steel Hooves needed the help, and we owed him.
I've changed my mind,
The Steel Ranger protested.
I cannot allow you to go into a stable for me.
The sense of hope had swiftly been squelched by a stubborn nobility that I both understood and rejected. I wasn't the only one. Oh my gosh, true. You got the plot armor, but not the tools to fix it. Oh? Well then come right over here and stop us, Velvet Remedy suggested, then added, "Oh right, you can't." Did you imagine just her like dying laughing like it was making freaking the most ridiculous sounds like Lil Pip's like, Velvet, shut up, Velvet. They literally just saved her, shut the hell up, Velvet. Now's not the time to be cracking jokes. Oh my god, that's hilarious. In a week. Okay. Oh? Yeah, I already read that.
Your bedside manner is horrible,
the voice from inside the armor reported. I looked at the three of us. We were in no condition to travel into unknown and likely hostile territory. Each one of us could barely stand.
I won't tell you where the entrance is,
Steel said dissuasively. Calamity whinnied. Pony hole cover mark stable 29 near the Fetlock passenger wagon stop? Steel Hooves pointedly said nothing. Calamity leaned over and whispered, "And Velvet Remedy thought there was nothing interesting under the passenger wagon." It's funny, right? It's a funny joke! It took us much longer to reach it than I remembered. We were moving gingerly, avoiding marks of red on my EFF compass. Right now, I felt a few rad roaches could finish us off. My mother's trapped inside with all the rad roaches. You've got to help her. Calamity was flying, keeping all weight off his leg. He looked at the passenger wagon and announced too cheerfully, "Well, I hope your levitation is back to its full impressiveness, little Pip. Unless we found a flux regulator and no ponies told me, moving that thing will be up to you." I laid down. I needed to focus fully on the passenger wagon. Sky Bandit stages, I noted pointlessly, and that meant not diverting my energies to remaining upright. My horn lit up as I concentrated on the huge wagon. Magical power enveloped it. I pushed, converging all my will onto moving the vehicle. My horn flared. A layer of overglow burst around it. The wagon began to rock. Groaning sweet broke across my forehead. I began to have trouble breathing. Somewhere distant, Velvet Remedy was being concerned, but I blocked it out. A second layer of overglow erupted around my horn, and the whole wagon lifted several feet into the air and was shoved back onto the sidewalk. I let it down gently, then collapsed. Exhausted, I could see the pony hole cover. Yay! Sleep now! Oh my god, that was hilarious. Oh, yeah, it's understandable. Understandable. Yeah, if you're not here, you're out of the loop. That's all I gotta say. How far in are we anyway? Oh my god, we got ways to go. We got ways to go. Can't help just trying to crack jokes and crud. At this rate, the premiere will be here soon. I plan on doing this up until the premiere starts, so it's all good. How long was I out? I asked aghast. Long enough to get some much-needed sleep, Velvet soothed. I rested my eyes a little. Mommy, sorry! We were in a short maintenance tunnel. On one end, a door led to even more maintenance tunnels that snaked all under fetlock. On the other, 3 steps led up to a massive door of Stable 29. Calamity was standing on 3 hooves, his crippled foreleg lifted, and staring at the control mechanism. Well, this was a bust, he proclaimed. It looked like Stable 29 had never opened, and without an override password, it was unlikely that we would be getting in. Still, I went to work at it. My mind still felt sluggish, and I considered munching a menthol. Even the non-party flavor would help. But I didn't want Velvet Remedy or Calamity to think I needed them. I didn't. They just made me a better me. Oh my goodness. Dude, you just gotta get those, like, you gotta get that power armor crud right, and then just get automated party time menthol injections. Dude, if you got those, you could probably be one of the best super soldiers on the field, if I'm being completely honest. Like, the clarity, the clarity. I can see the world as what it really is. I can feel everything. All my senses are being stimulated. Oh, absolutely. No, that's fair. Okay, let's see. After invading the control system and thoroughly probing it, I found something interesting. I think I found a back door. Where? Calamity asked, looking up at the pony hole. Is it far? I shook my head. No. I mean, into the system. A 3-part key is required to bypass the normal security. What kind of key? Velvet Remedy questioned. Voice recognition. 3 different voices are required. I informed them. Then, before any pony pointed out the fact that there were coincidentally 3 of us, I explained. It has to be the right 3 voices. What is being said doesn't seem to matter, just who's saying it. Just like, become a mimic. Just assimilate vocal patterns. Eventually one of them's gotta work, right? It was a very interesting back door at that. I wondered just what prompted such a design, and if all stables had the same security hole. Whose three voices? I thought a moment and cursed how slow my brain was. Oh, slow brain, slow brain, slow brain. Then I remembered Stable 2's override code, CMC3 BFF, Kkat Crusaders 3 Best Friends Forever. I think I know. 3 BFFs. Kkat Crusaders 3 BFFs. The first voice was the one that took the longest, simply because I didn't have a recording of it. Instead, we sat there listening to DJ Pone 3 on the radio, waiting for a selection of songs to cycle through. For the first and only time, I was actually grateful that his radio broadcast had such a limited selection of music. To Internet Explorer, that's true, they got downgraded. Need the Party Time Mint Halls to come back to Windows 10 or 11. Get them updates. The first voice was the one that took the longest, simply because I didn't have recording stuff. Oh shoot, my god, see, I'm so out of the loop today. I'm reading the same thing over and over and over. Good evening, every pony. This is your humble host, DJ Pone 3, master of the airwaves, and it's just about time for me to turn in. But first, the news. Looks like our Wasteland Crusader from Stable 2 is an equal opportunity savior. From the reports I'm getting, she and her companions helped out a bunch of raiders up in Shattered Hoof from being enslaved and decimated by an attacking slaver army. And then because you can't have a cupcake without icing, she killed a dragon. Luna, damn it, why wasn't it ever Calamity and his companions or Velvet Remedy and her entourage? Dude, that is freaking wild. That is absolutely insane. Those news reports are absolutely ridiculous. Hi, also hi people. Oh my god. I freaking love the radio casters. I swear, this is not the same DJ Pone 3. This is not Vinyl or anybody. Like, this has got to be, like... I don't think it's a ghoul, bottom line. Bottom line, I don't think ghoul. Also in the news, got another report of hellhounds attacking travelers in the wasteland between Manhattan and Philadelphia. Honestly, ponies, if you have to travel that way, make sure you have a heavily armed escort. And if you don't, just don't. This has been a DJ Pone 3 Pony Survival Tip. Tune in for more tips in this series, including grenades aren't for eating, and raiders do not want to be your friend. But first, it's Sweetabelle singing, "The Dark Days Are Over." I leaped up. Here we go, ponies. Oh my gosh, it's such a fun story, dude. I freaking love the news reporter moments. Back at the controls, I fed the voice pattern recognition spell, the first few lines of the song mentally noting to record the song for use, if I had the deep misfortune to have to enter a stable a third time. I know, Hellhound. I followed with snippets of 2 recordings. The override code for opening the door to Stable 2 is CMC3 BFF. Kkat Crusaders, 3 friends, best friends forever. I don't know. Hello, my name is Scootaloo. You probably know me since I am pretty famous for my awesome performances at events like last year's Gallops. Or maybe just as the founder of Red Racer. They made the Red Racer, they made the Red Rocket truck stop, or vehicle stop, whatever the heck gas station, it doesn't really matter, I don't really care. With a mighty hiss and a draconic groan of protest, the door to Stable 29 began to move. I turned to Velvet Remedy walking past me to face the door. The gorgeous mare had donned her beautiful dress and groomed her mane. I shot a look to Calamity, who merely shrugged. Velvet? The dress hid most of her bandages. We're meeting the ponies of another stable for the first time. We want to put on our best foot forward, she said aristocratically, especially if they've never had an outsider visitor before. We want to look like diplomats. Her eye moved to look at me without turning her head. If you two went in first, we'd look like invaders. Oh my god, meta. That's so true. Scootaloo. The vast metal doors swung away in Velvet Remedy. Okay, hold on. What Fallout game was it that the Enclave opened up the vault door and immediately gunned down everyone inside? Was that the first or the second game? I think it must have been the second, right? I'm not too sure. I've never played the first 2 games. Because they're like so outdated. Pardon me, but still, I have standards. But like, imagine that scene, but it's reverse. It's the freaking vault dwellers that are completely decked out and armed. 2? It was 2. Okay. I'm just imagining the inverse, but instead of the invaders opening the door, it's the freaking vault dwellers armed to the hecking teeth. I know it's the opening. Yeah, I know that much. She's really something, ain't she? Yes, I said, feeling a little dumbstruck. I glanced at Calamity, who was staring through the door at Velvet. I did a double take. Calamity wasn't looking at Velvet Remedy. She was looking at her. He was looking at her. Something broke in my brain. No, that was just no. No, he asked, confused, his eyes not leaving her on. Just no. Stammered recovery. No, I mean, yes, she is. She's mine. Damn it. Bro, mine. You will be mine one day. That was not fair. That was not, quote, fair. Dude, gosh dang, Little Pip is such a helpless romantic here. They keep trying. Oh my god, that's it's hilarious. This was not fair. I loved Velvet Remedy. I had sensed long before Calamity ever met her. Yes, I knew I didn't actually have a chance with her. She was her, and I was just me. And I knew all about swinging barn doors. But, I took the mental image of Calamity successfully wooing Velvet Remedy when I could not, and shoved it into a deep dark hole, then filled in that hole, then built a house on top of that hole and moved into it. Oh my god, I can't. This is freaking hilarious. Mine! Do like the rarity mine elements of insanity. I took the mental image of Calamity's success, or, well, I guess that even came from the show. I took the mental image of Calamity successfully wooing Velvet Remedy when I could not, and shoved it. Oh, you see, I keep reading crud. I keep screwing up today. I focused instead on the pristine but extremely gloomy interior of Stable 29. At first glance, it looked perfectly preserved. A gasp from Velvet Remedy shattered that illusion. Yeah, for real. No, I'm not having problems reading. I just keep going all over the place. I'm having so much fun. Velvet was backing away from the remains of a skeleton dangling overhead from the part of the door mechanism. Its midsection pulverized. Velvet wavered, looking into faint. I grimaced, looking to Calamity, who rushed over to steady her. This was an ominous start. 2-minute doors offered us 2 options, maintenance or atrium. My eyes forward sparkle was clear of any red for that matter. It was completely clear of anything other than my 2 companions. There was no life in this stable, at least not within the range of my pitbuck spell. The stable was utterly silent, save for the ever-present high-pitched hum of the lights and the gentle rumble of the generators. This place is a tomb, Calamity voiced. Maintenance should take us directly to the Pitbuck's technician stall, but the atrium would lead to the clinic, and we were in desperate need of medical supplies. On the off chance there was something lurking in Stable 29, we needed the medical supplies before we did any wandering. I passed my logic by Velvet Remedy and Calamity, and they both agreed. Calamity winced as the hoof of his injured leg brushed the floor. I stepped forward and the door to the atrium slid open. Stepping in, my eyes immediately fell on the skeletons of at least 3 dozen other ponies. Okay. Yep, I think we found out what happened with the Enclave and everything. Yep. Makes sense. I think we found the intro. Just a little. Instead, they went into the vault instead of actually going out of it. Noted. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I have no freaking clue what happened yet. They were strewn about the room. Oh, okay, that makes it better. Strewn about the room. All right, I'll take it. But the highest concentration was right at my hooves. I had to use telekinesis to create a path through the bones of the ponies. Lucky enough to have made it to stable before the mega spell destroyed Manhattan. I felt anger biting at the back of my head. I reminded myself it wasn't my stable. Could have been my home. Classic stable shenanigans. Classic vaults. There was a lot of other debris in the atrium as well. Bottles of beer and whiskey, scotch and wine, most of them empty and many shattered. Dresses and gentle pony wear turned greasy with decay. Oh, why did you have to describe it as greasy with decay? In the far back, a sound system was riddled with bullet holes. No, this was definitely the Enclave. This just keeps proving my whole point the more we keep going into this. Do you think they... Velvet's voice trailed off. She was looking behind us just above the door we had come through. 2 automated security turrets were mounted on the wall. They had power, but didn't seem to be tracking us. My EFS claimed they were not a threat. The room suggested that had not always been the case. I looked up towards the circular window of the Overmayor's office. Only there wasn't one. The wall was blank and featureless. Where that window should be, the stairwell that should lead up to the security center in the Overmayor's office was there, but it was simply labeled Security. Oh, we found a research vault. The ones they found previously are more so like the actual living vaults. I found myself getting irrationally upset at the incorrectness of stable design. Again. Behind me, I heard Calamity whispering to Velvet. She had bad reactions to a stable before. What was I that obvious? You better keep an eye on her. Oh, perfect. Now they were going to be my parents. Ugh, okay. There doesn't seem to be any immediate danger. We should split up to save time. Velvet, why don't you raid the clinic? It was safe. I could see into the clinic through the atrium window. Calamity and I were held down to the entrance. Velvet Remedy argued, no, Calamity should stay with me.
Simp! S to the I to the M to the P.
Simp! Simp! Simp alert! Velvet Remedy, simp alert! Oh my goodness, how jelly is that? Oh my goodness, that is rough. Some random outsider you met a little while ago, just like now best buds like, God, what am I, chopped liver? Said Lil Pip. I barely kept myself from stopping. Dude, the jelly is really taking over. Velvet Remedy continued simply, I want to mend that leg as soon as possible. I can use my magic to heal the bone once I have okay. Okay. All right, I get it. Okay, maybe I overreacted a little bit. maybe I shot a little bit over the moon. Maybe just a little bit. Fine, I groused mentally, and sounding as pleasant as I could. Of course, no problem. I don't need any help finding the pitbug technician stall anyway. That is assuming any of the rest of this place isn't laid out bizarrely. I'll be back before you're done. I started to trot back through the door. Velvet Remedy stopped me with a soft voice. Little Pip, are you alright? I whipped up. Oh yes, I'm just feeling a little drained. Blood loss, you know. I put on a good smile. She looked like she was trying to be convinced. Okay, I'm a little surprised, but I'm happy it's a good thing that my 2 friends like each other. Calamity coughed. Wait, what? He nickered. She's a self-righteous, self-idolizing elitist who'd rather fix up our enemies than shoot them. Oh, you know what? That's kind of noble, though. That's kind of cute. She's a self-righteous, self-idolizing elitist who'd rather fix up our enemies than... Hey, if you can fix them, you can use them. You know? They don't have to be just dead bodies. You can turn those dead bodies into assets. Great assets for the company. Think about start your own little militia. There you go. Raid the raiders. Ah, yes, the wasteland. Truly perfect, isn't it? Velvet Remedy shot him a scowl, and he's an impulsive ruffian who thinks he can fix the wasteland by drowning it in blood. By the goddesses, could they be any more obvious? I left before I screamed. Good grief. Oh, it hurts. It burns us. I feel like Gollum being exposed to the light. It burns us. It hurts. Must be kept happy. Yes. The company must be kept happy. Great assets for the company, dude. This is freaking unreal. I'm absolutely geeking over this. This is absolutely hilarious. I spent the rest of my trip down through stable maintenance, reminding myself that it actually was a good thing that my friends got along. That it was stupid to be jealous when I had no real chance to begin with. And what if I wanted to keep those friends? I'd best bury these feelings in that same dark hole and build the house over it after being buried in it. I wondered just how long this had been going on. Was it new? Had there been signs that I was too oblivious to catch? Or had I just not wanted to catch them? Bro, that's so upsetting. Little Pip is getting the freaking dirt, bro. The idea of catching them brought an entirely unwanted mental image of Velvet and Calamity to mind that I quickly shredded and burned. This was going to be hard. Dude, the jelly. You go to jelly school? I'm good. I think you need to go to jelly school. You got reports from jelly school. I'm good. You keep acting all jelly, you're gonna go to jelly school. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You know what would make being cheerful for them easy? A little pony in my head waved a tin at me. Fuck that little pony. I wanted to wallow just a little longer. Oh my gosh. A little light appeared on my EFS compass. It was not hostile. Did one of them come down here after me? If so, how did they get ahead of me? A moment later, a maintenance bot hovered out of one of the stalls, its multiple limbs bobbing as it cleaned the wall. No wonder why this place looks spotless. I felt a spark of annoyance that we didn't have a wall-washing robot in Stable 2 maintenance. I had to wash the walls of my stall by hoof. If there was a character in this story, hold on, I have to think. What? Yeah, are we talking like story-wise? That's true. I represent myself pretty well. We don't really have many characters. We really only have like a cast of 3. Everyone else has been a side character. A moment later, oh no, we already covered that. I have no freaking clue. When we go into the topic of everything, I have the foggiest idea. A moment later, Manian's, oh no, I keep freaking reading my crud. The robot started to clean in my direction. I decided to get out of its way by ducking into the robotics technician stall. The room was filled with maintenance bots in various states of disrepair. There were enough tools in here to upgrade Calamity's workshop plans. I began looting. Oh my goodness. Dude, listen, I'm just saying though, but you know, where's the NCR or where's the Enclave? That's all I'm gonna say. I'll pick one or the other. Whichever comes first. You know what? I like Velvet. I think Velvet Remedy is probably the most relatable. Little Pip's a little quirky, and Calamity is just a little too much. Just keep reading. That's true. I'll keep reading. I'll keep doing it. I'm getting sidetracked here. I just think this whatever this maintenance bot is like a Mr. Handy. The room was filled with maintenance bots. If there was enough tools and upgrade Calamity's workshop plans, I began looting. The robotics technician's back office had been burned black. I found the charred skeletons of 2 ponies along with a partially dismantled medical bot. From the looks of it, some pony had made a fatal error while working on it, causing the sanitary flamethrower to go off wildly. Sanitary flamethrower! Draw Derpy as a ghoul. Draw Zomderpy. There you go. Derpy the ghoul. Hello! Enclave here. At the back of the burned office was a safe. The paint on the wall around it bubbled and peeling. The safe itself had feared nothing from the fire. I slipped out my screwdriver and a bobby pin, only to discover the safe wasn't locked. Already in a bad mood, I felt cheated. Inside was a flask of apple whiskey, a pouch of 200-year-old old-fashioned gourmet honey drops, a tin of sadly normal menthols, several maintenance clipboards, and a recording. Leaving the clipboards, I downloaded the recording into my Pitbook and gave it a listen. I know, it's the freaking Enclave. That's impressive. I know. Oh my gosh. This is Mender reporting on diagnostic progress for Kanakin's household utility bot. Stayed up all night probing through this thing's programming. Want to have this report ready in time for the funeral. From what I can tell, looks like the robot suffered a glitch while receiving an automated update to its subroutines from StableTech. That's really the only explanation I have on how it gave Kanakin a cup of steaming hot industrial solvent rather than coffee. Holy cow. Holy cow. Oh, classic. All those pony folks who whispered old Kanakin was going to drink himself to death are probably choking on their words right now. If not, they should be. I saw the poor fellow before they incinerated him. His whole mouth and throat were eaten away. I had nightmares about it for days. He man needs his oil. I plan to talk to Shadowhorn later today. I want all the house helpers to be shut down until we can check each one of them. Of course, that's going to take some doing and a lot of time. I know it's uncomely of me to use Kanakin's death to push my own agenda, but this is just another example of why I think we need an unstable authority. How can the ponies of StableTech possibly expect to properly govern the stable if they're not here, seeing what's going on? That was expected. And gruesome. I try to shove the mental image of Kanakin out of my head, centering the thoughts instead of the idea of stable without an overmare at all. A stable run remotely by StableTech. Oh shoot, they got a point though. You don't ask, you just do it, dude. The Enclave, after all, they didn't ask after they tried frickin' releasing a virus into the entire planet. What? Nothing. And the water supply. The NCR. You want them to go to the NCR homeworld. I get it. It wins regardless. It doesn't matter where they go. They win. They win anyway. Woo. Oh, yeah. See? Nah, bro. You're already there. You're already there and across country. So, this stable... Oh, it's Friday. So, this stable is basically automated by... Is it? God, I hope it is. I don't know. Yeah, should be Friday. Huh. So this stable is like so this is basically the Wally stable. This is pretty much the Wally stable of Fallout Equestria, from what I'm understanding. Oh man. All those ponies who whispered old Kanakin was going to treat them probably choking on their words right now. If I would incinerate him, his whole mouth and throat were eaten away. God dang. Yeah. I plan to talk to Shadowhorn later today. I want all the house helpers to be shut down and will tell we can check each one of them. My god, I'm hot, I'm sweating, I'm dripping like a pig. Oh, I hate that sentence. Oh well, we live with it. Of course, that's going to be some doing, and a lot of time. I know it's uncomely of me to use Kannakin's death to push my own agenda, but this is just another example of why I think we need an unstable authority. We can put it. Oh my god, I keep freaking reading crud that I have already read. That was unexpected and gruesome. Okay, yeah, I'm freaking out of my mind. Okay. We keep going. We grind till dawn. The pit-buck technician stall was right where it was supposed to be. I was surprised, relieved, and touched. And a touch annoyed that I should feel either. The technician spell matrix master key was locked away in a cabinet along with a dozen enchanted precision tools that were mere apprentices like myself were not allowed to access to. I floated out my screwdriver and a bobby pin once more. A few minutes later, my armored utility barning was fully loaded with everything I could need for a fully advanced pit-buck repair. And at least in theory, everything necessary to restore the flow of magical power to Steel Hooves' armor. And just in case, I packed several spark batteries and a small magical field conducting the ray. Oh, the office of this stable's head technician lacked the hammock that had so often borne my teacher's weight back in stable 2. I shook my head, giving the stall one more look before leaving to rejoin my friends. I spotted an audio journal amongst the items scattered across the technician's desk. Sit here and play the journal. Or trot back to find Velvet Remedy and Calamity. Together. Hopefully not kissing. Okay, journal it was. Oh my god, dude, the freaking... The weight of their relationships are really kicking in. Oh, the jelly is real. Okay. Shadowhorn called us into a meeting this morning. We nearly had a major disaster yesterday. That idiot Buckbright built his cultist BB gun for his birthday, then brought the kid down to the reactor level for target practice. What was he thinking? Kid missed a red roach and punched a small hole in the environmental system. Actually nicked the water talisman. Thankfully, it's working fine. But another half an inch and the whole stable would be in serious trouble. As head of maintenance, Shadowhorn laid down a whole new series of safety protocols. They aren't official until she gets them passed through Stable Tech, but we're gonna follow them anyway. If Stable Tech doesn't like some pony giving the orders for them, well, they can trot themselves down here and say differently. Yeah, do the best you can. I'm so hot, I'm literally holding like my desk fan up to me. So maybe y'all can hear that. It's friggin' horrible. It's bad. I'm really hot. It's like a sweatshop in here. Hold the shop. Derpy, I don't believe. Last I checked my knowledge, I don't think... Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, we all know who Derpy is. Velvet Remedy pushed 3 jars of extra strength restoration potion over to me. Drink these. You'll be in perfect health in 10 minutes. I was shocked. Shouldn't we take these with us? Use them sparingly? Velvet Remedy shook her head. She was looking a lot better. She had stowed away her dress and removed her bandages. Her hide was perfect, her coat looking pristine and healthy. She had a couple IV bags draped over her haunches with surgical tubing running to a spot beneath her left shoulder. No need. I've already stored a dozen more away for our travels, plus plenty of bandages, some braces, blood packs, and more. For the first time, we're positively flush with medical supplies. I'd say this clinic was a gift from the goddess, but I know better. Oh, that's an absolute dub. It's boiling over here. I'm kind of talking to the side here, so things might sound a little weird. I raised an eyebrow as I floated the first potion to my lips. Velvet Remedy slid me a recording. I found this while I was requisitioning supplies. Velvet, what are you saying? I smirked at her reluctance to call it looting or scavenging. No, I don't know, Little Pip, I guess. Their introduction, their meeting, I guess, the first time they met. I downed two of the, or maybe Calamity or someone, I guess. I downed two of the extra strength restoration potions and slipped the third into my saddlebags. Memories of Velvet, her hide shredded and bloody, and resurfaced in my mind. I could handle being mostly healed if it meant I had one of these ready in case of an emergency. Calamity was looking much better. He complained that after Velvet Remedy's mending spell, the brace wasn't really necessary, but she insisted he keep it on for at least another day. I walked about the clinic, looking for a good spot to sit down and listen to the recording. I frowned at it, expecting bad things. Recordings so rarely carried good things in the equestrian wasteland, especially, it seemed in... Hold on a second. Things are oddly quiet. Let me... okay, I'll deal with the audio situation. Things have seemed to have, like, gone awkwardly quiet. Where's my background audience? Very small. Okay, we're just gonna go right there. Hold on. Oh, couldn't the video paused? Yeah, looks like we're gonna listen to that for a while then. Yeah, that's right. That's how I add the audio to this. I just pull up a YouTube video. We call it good. Ambient free. Yeah, people aren't really interested in looking at a bunch of green text, so I don't really blame them. I walked about the clinic looking for a good spot to sit down and listen to the recording. I frowned at it, expecting bad things. Recordings so rarely carried good things in the equestrian wasteland, especially it seemed unstable. Is it going to be a love letter? I found a chemistry lab in the back of the clinic for a moment. All thoughts of recording fled my mind. Looking over the drugs and supplies, I realized that along with what I had already, I had the ingredients to cook up my batch of party time mentals. And having the ability and opportunity, I couldn't resist. It would be silly not to. Oh, that's so...
You are weak, Kkat.
Well, that's too damn bad. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Oh my god. As I started work, I remembered why I'd... Yeah, the text is fitting though. I mean, it makes sense. It's like you're reading it from the pit book. That's why I have it like this. It's Fallout themed. As I started work, I remembered why I had come back here. I let the recording play as I ground down the regular boring old menthols into a fine powder. Yeah, draw a little bit. A calamity. It's amateur. It's honestly more so improv, I gotta admit. Every single video I do on this channel... Old man McGucket. I have no clue who that is, bro. All the voices I do are pretty much improv. That's why they always sound so freaking different between parts. I don't actually, like, get a character, like, prepared like I should. But I technically don't really have reason to either. Because I'm one person. As I started to work, I remember why I had Cubby. I let the coin play as I ground down the regular and boring old mentals at the fire. Dude!
Little Pip, we need to cook.
Yo, yo, Little Pip, bro. I don't know, bro. Oh, I do the best I can. Hell yeah, man, I'm one person. I really wish it was like Jesse was like standing over Little Pip, like yo, oh no, yo, Mrs. Pip, yo, Lil Pip, or Lil P. I don't know.
Calamity, we need to cook. Velvet, get over here. We need to cook the menthols. Remedy. We need to get cooking. We got a new order for Gus Spring.
Oh, POV, you make yourself laugh so hard you accidentally pull the mic cord out. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. Oh god. Okay, finally with the huff, I turned it back. I quickly should have cut off. I didn't want to hear that. Oh wait, what? The voice was filled with raw despair that he quickly shut the recording off. I didn't want to hear that. I concentrated on my chem cookie for several long minutes, the recording just sitting there on the counter, staring balefully at me. Finally, with a huff, I turned it back on. How could this happen? I made my mistakes. I have nowhere to run. How can this happen to me? The doctor and I just stepped out for a few minutes. When we came back, the clinic had sealed itself and the fire suppression system had activated, flooding the entire clinic with... It took us over an hour to get it open again. We tried breaking through the windows, but it's armored. Why would they armor the window? Every pony inside had choked to death. Lemongrass had only been in there to have her stitches out. She was planning for her daughter's cutie Senora this evening, and had been talking to me about what flavor of cake to get from the dispensers. The Orange's new cult was still in the clinic nursery. Oh gosh, I don't think any ponies told them yet. I shut it off again. Freaking Velvet Remedy. Oh, Little Pip, got this for you. Little Pip plugs it in, just hears the freaking horrible sounds of the dam, just screaming and crying, and just a sob story. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Velvet Remedy completely oblivious. Here, Little Pip. There you go. I got this for you. It's like, oh my god, I don't want this. Take it back. Take it back. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. Oh, you're summoned. Welcome. I shut it off again. My heart twisted up in knots. Part of me wanted to cry. Part of me wanted to rage at something. But there wasn't anything obvious to rage at. So I raged at the faucet, beating my hooves against it for refusing to give me water. It was stupid, but it felt good. Finally, after pouring water from my canteen, I finished up the mixing the concentration and set it to bake. Oh my god, dude, freaking Little Pip is freaking hilarious, bro. Oh my god. Got a letter, got a message for you. Something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Well, looks like that's it. Gotta go. Reads letter. It's just like someone's final like moments alive. It's just like, oh my god, what do I do? Dragonborn ain't coming, that's for sure. He's staying way the hell away. The sound of machine gun fire snapped my attention away. Okay. All thought of journals, mentals, and chemistry evaporate when I heard Velvet Remedy cry out. My friends were in trouble. Let me guess, the automated security turrets turned on. As I turned, 2 red spots lit up my EFS compass. The turrets had become hostile. Oh, friggin' shocker. I called it. Dashing back into the central clinic, I saw Calamity and Velvet ducking under an overturned medical bench as the 2 turrets outside above the now closed door peppered the glass window. Pockmarks and spiderweb cracks covered in every inch of it, the armored glass about it to give. Floating out little Macintosh, I positioned myself where I would be able to target both of them the instant the glass came down. I didn't have much cover, but if I was fast and just a little lucky, I wouldn't need it. The window broke apart in tinkling cascade. I felt the first bullet slam into my chest, not quite punching through my armor as I girdled myself with sats. Girded. And targeted both turrets twice. A second bullet ripped through my foreleg between my pit buck and my knee as I fired off the first shot, and the second. Blam, blam. The first turret exploded. The second swept its arc of bullets away from Calamity and Velvet Remedy, and towards me. Blam, blam! One last bullet struck my side, bouncing off the handle of my combat shotgun with a loud crack as the second turret exploded. I collapsed suddenly, realizing that I was yet again in a true bad amount of pain, but this time I had no worries at all. I had Calamity and Velvet Remedy right nearby, and we were in a clinic. If I had to be shot, I couldn't think of a better place or better company. Oh, how optimistic. But as soon as I hit the floor, I struggled back to my hooves, ignoring my injuries. Limping, bleeding badly, I tried to push back towards the chemistry lab, and I had to make sure my party time mentals didn't overcook. Let 'em cook. Let 'em cook. Now that my friends were safe, my mind locked on what had become a decidedly second but important priority. Dude, like I said, little Pip's plot armor will keep her alive. Oh my god. The atrium door had closed and locked. We were sealed inside. It's more of an aggravation than a real worry. I knew that I should be able to override every door in this place from the security station, but reaching it meant getting past several more points with a suddenly trigger-happy security system could attack us. Little Cook? Oh my god, yes. Oh my gosh, that's freaking awesome. It's like Walter White and Little Cook. I looked at my companions. By now I was beginning to think of us as seasoned warriors of the wasteland. Well, at least Calamity and I. I hadn't been out here long, but the time had been a forging fire if there ever was one. A few turrets shouldn't pose much a threat to the slayers of dragons. Honestly, you got a point. I quickly checked myself. The kind of thought was dangerous. The last thing I needed was to start buying into the hype on the radio. The Remedy was looking at me sadly. I think I was fast enough, but I was guessing that she suspected what I was up to in the chemistry lab. She hadn't taken her eyes off me since, and the reproachful look was burning into my soul. Bro, Velvet Remedy's gonna be like, Little Pip, do you have an addiction? We're just starting up here now. Calamity was gazing over something on the wall. At first, I assumed it was another pre-war poster. He was studying it with the same intensity that Velvet Remedy usually reserved for anything involving the Ministry of Peace, but as I moved closer, still slightly limping on my own mended and bandaged leg, I saw that it was a map of the stable. My eyes followed the path up to the stairs to the security station. The armory was up there, as well as a series of rooms that in proper stable would have been the overseer's personal and family quarters. Here it was labeled as VIP, very important ponies, rooms. There was a big area of absolutely nothing, where the overseer's office was supposed to be. My brow furrowed. I really hate these stables. Velvet Remedy was looking back over the skeletons while keeping me within her line of sight. Was the other one you found this bad? Worse, neighed Calamity. We moved towards the stairs, stopping on a bulletin board covering the usual notices. I shrank back. Somebody had written, "Stop killing us," across the board in what looked like blood. Oh my, Velvet whispered, to my surprise. She magically tugged one of the notices off the board, floating it closer for inspection. The notice had been between a posting of a new safety regulations and a flyer for 2 missing fillies, whose smiling faces had starred in an atrium of corpses for centuries. The bottom part of the N was painted on the sheet Velvet had taken. I stared from the bulletin board to her, wondering how by Luna's mane she could find anything more noteworthy than the giant plea for mercy written in a dying pony's own bodily fluids. Velvet Remedy turned the flyer so that Calamity and I could see. I can't help it. Sometimes I just get really in the zone. 3rd month survival party. Yay! Tonight in the atrium, 10 o'clock to 16 o'clock. Stable 29's own vinyl scratch hosting. Alcohol will be provided after 12. Calamity whistled, tilting up his hat. Vinyl scratched the original DJ Pone 3, at least according to some. So she survived the Manhattan Balefire bomb after all. I shot Calamity a look that suggested he needed to revisit his definition of survived. I really hated these stables. That's so true though. These stables just suck. There is no good for them. For some reason, I feel like every vault should have been equipped with like one vault tech suit of power armor or something. But then I guess given that case, if they decided to go rogue, they could absolutely kill everybody in that suit and not do a dang thing about it. I don't know. I just feel like having like big Bubba guard there would like help out. Between Stealth and Little Macintosh, the other turrets proved little threat. I reloaded as we pushed into the security station. I sat down to hack the terminal. trying to be respectful as I floated the pony skeleton off of it and laid it down in the corner near the others. Velvet Remedy had begun saying prayers over them. Oh, right? 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 Calamity tried to the armor in the vain hope he could open it without my skills. Discovering he couldn't, he turned away with a disappointed expression. I waited until he took a step away before opening the door. Remotely from an easily hacked terminal, he jumped, then shot me a grin and disappeared inside. A petty but good-natured revenge. I was still smelling carrots. I've officially spent an hour and 30 minutes on this one chapter alone. Oh man, I think I'm going slow. I turned back to see a huge mass of security logs. Tentatively, I brought up one of the later ones. Entry 67! That is insane! Over half the population is dead. At first, we thought they were freak accidents, but now it's clearly malevolent. It's like the stable itself has turned against us. Yesterday, the school sealed itself and plasma was vented into the room. 23 stab wounds. Colts and fillies were murdered horribly, their bodies literally melting away. We could hear their screams. My nephew was in that class. He's just gone his cutie mark. He was gonna grow up to be an artist. He was gonna be growing up to be a corpsist. Oh my god. My sister can't stop crying. She's locked herself in our room with all the pictures she has of him. Some pony has to be responsible for this. Some pony has to pay. I found myself shaking. And not from pain. I commended the security terminal to play one of the older ones. Oh, you know what? See, usually when I stream these, first thing is when I usually just get up, start my day kind of crud. But if I wait a while, I can do a lot better. I can keep going. I have the energy. I have the power. The issue is, I like to do this crud when I first wake up, and that is usually the bad move on my part, I guess, it seems. Entry 43. Shadowhorn passed away last night from complications after being nearly electrocuted early yesterday morning while trying to access the junction behind a security panel with their pitbuck. This, so soon after Buckbrights and his son were killed in that accident with the lift. This stable's a death trap. I hit another. What does that mean? Entry 72. It's stable tech. It has to be. Those fuckers at stable tech have locked us all in their little fucking death maze and are killing us off. It's not even one by one anymore. They're slaughtering us in groups. What kind of sadistic bastards could do this? They kill children. Don't they realize we're the only chance for pony kind? These stables are supposed to save us. What kind of evil saddle fuckers play murder games with the last surviving members of their own species? We can't even get at them. It's all done remotely. I brought up the next one, ignoring Velvet Remedy's plea for me to stop. Little Pip, please stop. Please stop listening to the readings. Little Pip. Yeah, it's like that meme. I don't know. It's like the housewives, and then the little cat sitting at the spaghetti table while the wives are like pointing at him. You'll know the meme I'm talking about. It's like Velvet Remedy and Calamity on the other side, and Little Pip on the other, just playing audio recordings. Entry 73. Haha, the joke's on us, isn't it? It occurs to me that we don't actually know that the mega spells went off. We believe the world above has been destroyed because that's what Stable Tech told us to believe. But what if it's not? All of Equestria is just going on about their daily lives in the sunny world above us while they scream and cry and die down here in some depraved amusement for sick, soulless ponies at Stable Tech. Holy cow. It's the only thing that makes even a breath of sense in this horror. I reached to trigger another when Velvet Remedy physically pulled me away from the terminal. What? I yelled in pure rage, my body shaking so hard I felt like I would explode. Little Pip, she said, and I realized she was crying. You need to stop. Bro, this is how, Little Pip's villain arc really, takes off.
No, I'm not done yet. I need more. More! Someone has to make them pay. I am the Knight. I am Batman.
We're good. We like to have fun here. Okay. Calamity of the Remedy sent me off to look over the last 2 rooms and the VIP rooms while they turned off the security systems and opened all the doors. That was good. They wanted me to catch my breath. Calm down. I wanted to find a place away from them and something to violently destroy. Don't forget the Mentals. Don't let them overcook now. I was seeing red like never before, and I couldn't even attack the source of my anger because they were all dead. Dead decades and centuries ago. My body hadn't stopped shaking. Dude, Little Pip's villain arc, dude, this is gonna literally be like Little Pip turns into freaking Darth Vader. This is like episode 3. Revenge of the Sith. Oh god, I hope that's right. I hope that's the right movie. God dang, right after Attack of the Clones. I hope that's correct. I'm gonna be upset if I somehow screw that up. Oh, the first room had a banner lit up above it. Vinyl scratch. This was her room then. The original DJ Pone 3. I stepped forward and the door slid open. The room inside had been untouched since the night of the party. 3 months after the doors stable 29 closed, trapping every pony inside. I walked about staring stacks of records, turntables, recording equipment, and rather luxurious if small space to eat and sleep, a private lavatory with a full body bath. A full freaking body bath? Are you kidding? Are you saying they have literally a tub that is the equivalent to like the depth of a pool? That sounds freaking awesome, bro. Oh my god. That's just like a cylinder in your house. Do some Stranger Things in there. See if you can summon some demogorgons. Oh my god. I could throw quite the rage in here. The records would shatter beneath my hooves quite enjoyably, but I couldn't do that. Destroying the things that had been loved by the ponies who lived here, ever so briefly, didn't feel like railing against the vile ponies that had created this place. Rather, it would be a continuation of their work instead. I collected a few records, slipping them into my saddlebags. When I turned to the others, I would have Velvet Remedy locked them in one of her medical boxes, where it would be safe from bullet fire. I still remember that apple. There was a safe in the room. I hesitated. Somewhere it felt a little odd breaking into the safe of a celebrity, even a long dead one. But with a long breath, I brought out my tools and set to work. Inside, I found an old child's toy, several framed photographs and a handful of posters, and one box that looked like it had been rescued from a fire. Inside were 4 memory orbs. One caught my eye. It was labeled Pinkie Pie's Last Party. That sounds like a grimdark creepypasta right there. I think we should avoid that one. I took it, slipping it into my saddlebags, and walked into the next room. Lil Pip, I don't think we should remember that one. I don't think we'll like what we see. The sign over the door announced Shadowhorn. The mayor in charge of maintenance was a VIP in the stable? Even in the midst of the barely reigned fury at Stable Tech, my pure hatred towards whom could not be told, part of my brain recognized that seemed odd. The door slid open for me, and I stepped in. This room was more disheveled. There were parts and scrap metal everywhere. Half-finished projects covered the table. Schematics of different stable systems were pinned to the wall. One of them had been torn away to reveal this room's safe. Once again, I set to work. When the safe opened, it revealed another recording. This one looked startlingly similar to the one I found in Overstallion's office. I needed to hear it, but part of my mind screamed for me not to. I didn't pay attention to that voice. Instead, I played the message, and another familiar voice burst to life in the tomb of Stable 29.
The voice sounded determined, but weary and filled with sadness. She sounded like she was reading a script that she had grown to hate.
Oh my god. Whoops. Burp. Oh, I'm glad you like it, because I love it.
Hello, Shadowhorn. The following is for your ears only. I am speaking to you because you have been selected for a very important job, due to your sense of loyalty and duty both to this company and the ponies around you. My name is Scootaloo. You probably know me. Oh, who cares? I'm sick of these things. Try that again. Hello, my name is Scootaloo, and I'm the Vice President of Stable Tech. If you're hearing this, that means that the Omega level threat protocols have been enacted and the citizens of Equestria chosen for Stable 29 have been safely sealed inside the most state-of-the-art apocalypse survival facility ever created. I'm very sorry. I wish there was more we could do.
I'm gonna be dead honest though, like, I will say, one of the things, like, when it comes to reading these, like, a lot of air builds up, you know? It just keeps wanting to escape. So, that's typically a problem. Leaves a very bloated feeling for no freaking reason. Okay, so Scootaloo is the one behind the mask here. The man behind the slaughter.
I'm very sorry. I wish there was more we can do. Hell, I wish this whole thing could have been prevented. But instead, it falls to us to save who we can and try to prevent it from happening ever again. To that end, your stable has been selected to participate in a vital social project. The first goal of Stable 29, like any other, is to save the lives of the ponies inside. But there is a higher purpose to your stable. Beyond saving individual ponies, we here at Stable Tech understand that it doesn't do ponykind any good to save ourselves now, only to annihilate each other later. We must figure out where we went wrong. We must find a better way, and we must be ready to implement it as soon as possible. Once the stable doors open and survive what our current leaders have managed to do to Equestria.
The man behind the slaughter. That's so freaking true.
That is so good, though. Damn it. How did we come to this? Damn it, damn it, damn it. I guess we come to this. Maybe. Because we're ponies, we try our best. We have the best intentions, but when things go wrong, we get flustered or confused or upset or angry. Our ability to make smart decisions is impaired the most when we need it the most. Bad decisions, emotional decisions, they dragged us into the war no pony wanted. They pushed us to the brink of extinction. And if you're listening to this, beyond, damn it all to hell. Damn us all to hell. Sorry, I hate this whole thing. I wish the world was the way it was back when I was a filly, but wishes are just wishes. Damn it. Can't seem to get through one of these without going wildly off track. I'm sure you're wondering what, if anything, does that have to do with you? Why am I telling you this? Don't worry, there's actually a point. This isn't just the rantings of some stable tech pony who has already died. Haven't I? Your stable has a very exceptional design. Despite the official documents, this stable has no remote connection to Stable Tech whatsoever. Instead, replacing the normal overmare position, we have fitted Stable 29 with a Crusader-class computer system. Dude, this freaking... Who the hell comes up with a name called Crusader-class computer system? That sounds so violent. That sounds like a fleet AI. I'm not planning on doing any live streams for AUs. Those are just gonna be videos. For a long time, anyway. Oh, it's kind of an attempt. It's sort of an attempt of acting. It's kind of. We're trying a little bit. Sorta. But for real, Crusader class computer system though. That sounds so freaking OP. Like, what's next? The
the Titan class computer system, or like the Goliath or the Atlas system, you know? Okay, also, I gotta say this. Why is Atlas always considered the bad guy company in, like, every series? Like, every time Atlas becomes, like, a thing, like a faction of some kind, they always turn into the bad guys. What the hell is up with that? Why has Atlas gotta be evil?
Your stable has a very exceptional design. Despite the official documents, the stable has no remote connection to stable tech whatsoever. Instead, replacing the normal I've already freaking read that. The Crusader class mainframe is the most advanced supercomputer ever created by ponykind, using the greatest available improvements in arcano technology. The Crusader is capable of independent thought, creativity, and learning. We've only built 3 of these, and the other 2 are currently in the possession of the Ministry of Arcane Sciences and the Ministry of Awesome, respectively. The goal of this social experiment is to remove the emotional fallible pony from the equation, to see if we can do better through a pragmatic and logical system of government that is not subjected to our own faults. As always, just in case something goes wrong, there is a backup, and that backup is you. Provided with this recording are the codes to shut down the Crusader mainframe. In the case of emergency, doing so will, unfortunately, also shut down all the automated systems. So this should only be done in a matter of life and death for the general population of the stable. There is an access junction between the security station and the VIP rooms, through which you can access the Crusader mainframe. As a last resort, the programming of the Crusader mainframe can also be entirely overwritten via magically transfer mapping the brain of a pony into the mainframe itself. What the hell? What the hell? As a last resort, the programming of the Crusader mainframe can also be entirely overwritten via magically transfer mapping the brain of a pony into the mainframe itself. We got some evil within type crud going on here. This would allow you to effectively become the Crusader, taking control of the automated systems yourself. However, this is untested and the effects on the pony initiating this transfer are unknown, so I really don't suggest it. That is so cool! In any other circumstances, however, it is crucial that you keep to the ruse as per the directives provided. Thank you from all of us, from all of Equestria. Best of luck, and may Sable 29 and all the ponies live long and well. Dude, that is freaking awesome! Oh my god, that was so freaking wild! Dude, the Crusader mainframe! Oh my god! Oh my god. Now we got some, like, now you gotta do that, but then, like, take the Cybermen from Doctor Who and, like, the machine, the cyber controller. And then you got yourself a wicked cocktail right here with this facility. You got your new, you got yourselves a new master. Like, the Master from Fallout games, right? The Master, I'm pretty sure is from Fallout 1. But you take them, but instead you replace it. Instead of FEV, it's cybernetic upgrading. You know, just taking all the Vault Dweller ponies and making them into machines. That would be freaking awesome. That would be freaking cool. I know that didn't happen. That's obviously not what happened. But still, the idea though, like a system shock type thing. Finding the security access junction was easy. I was replaying the message again, this time in my ear bloom. It made no sense, but it had the singular benefit of not being overwhelmingly evil. I had to know more. Pulling away the security panel, I found a maze of tubes and wiring and set into it a small yellow-orange box with a black jack point. It struck me that the last pony to try this was effectively electrocuted. Hooking my own pip-buck into the junction could be a death sentence. Fortunately, I had another option. I pulled out Velvet Remedy's pip-buck for the first time since shortly after I found her. It was a thing of beauty, but I realized it had less pleasant meaning to her. Holding it by levitation only, I jacked her custom pip-buck into the junction. Minutes later, I was looking through streams of data. One string caught my eye. Error detected. Water talisman functioning at 98% capacity. Analyzing damage. Chance of restoring water talisman to full functionality, 0%. Analyzing options. Surface radiation levels, 1,300, above survivability level. Preservation of pony life requires water, rationing, and 0.02% reduction of stable population. Initiating water rationing. Analyzing population for most expendable, 0.02%. Initiating population reduction. Oh my freaking god! The computer planned it all! Oh, it was the computer's doing... Oh no, in order to make sure everyone got their fair amount of crud, it literally executed the groups and select numbers of people so that it can filter out that 0.02%. That is wild. The strength went out of me. I stared at what I was reading, my rage melting into cold despair. There were many more strings of similar data over the course of a season. The damaged water talisman continued to deteriorate, and every time the degradation reached a new threshold, the Crusader running stable 29 deteriorate, and the degradation reached a new threshold, Crusader running 9 culled a portion of the population in a coldly calculated attempt to preserve pony life in the stable as a whole. After 3 months, the water talisman failed altogether. The Crusader acted according to preserve pony life. I poured that what was left of a bottle of apple whiskey down my throat. Enjoying the burn, the rage had drained from me, replaced by a numbness that was even worse. I decided to escape this horrible place through the memory orb, at least for a little while. Setting it down gently, I focused my magic on the orb. Instantly, I was overwhelmed by bright flashes, a horrible thudding, roaring, gut-wrenching nausea. The memory orb had decayed somehow, and I was trapped inside a nightmare of sensory feedback and vertigo. I tried to escape, but there was no way out. Then the world righted itself. But it wasn't my world. I was quite certain I'd vomited all over myself, but I wasn't myself, so I couldn't tell. Hey man, the last party's gotta be the best party. All around me spanned a massive party, colored lights, festive decoration, and a dance beat that grasped hold of your soul and made you want to move. I was at the turntables, bobbing my head to the beat, and everywhere ponies dancing, ponies eating, ponies doing things in corners and behind potted plants that would make their parents blush and faint. Good grief. A graceful, aging, light blue Pegasus pony with rainbow-colored hair fluttered towards the turntables with a slight swagger and looking a bit sloshed. Awesome beat, Vinyl, she grinned. Your rhythms always make for the best parties. She wore her years well and must have been damn cutie in her youth. I watched her hair, and whoa, was Vital scratch checking her out. She had my gaze going up and down. No, wait, that's just head bobbing, bro. You freaking kidding me? Yeah, instead of familiar looking orange pony with the cow pony hat. Oh, shoot, we got some AJ over here. On her yellow mane and red ribbons in her tail that matched her 3 apple cutie mark. She was significantly older than her statuette portrayed. She looked even older than the news article, and had not aged quite so gracefully. I wondered if her looks were more from stress than years. Fluttershy and Rarity are gonna be hating they missed this. Oh my gosh. Her accent reminded me a lot of Calamity. The Orange Earth pony sauntered up to the turntables, looking at the blue Pegasus, who swayed slightly as she smiled back. Are you safe to fly home, Rainbow? Ah, hell no! The Rainbow Mane Pegasus clopped the orange one on the shoulder. I haven't left one of Pinkie Pie's parties safe to fly in nearly 20 years now. The orange pony gave her an odd look. You ain't tired of any of the harder stuff, have you? Hell no! Rainbow stomped a hoof as she repeated herself. You know, she dropped her voice, which had been getting loud. I don't touch any of that stuff. She held a hoof to her breast with slightly wobbled pride. Rainbow Dash doesn't need enhancements. The orange pony looked relieved. I realized I was looking at the mysterious mayor of the Ministry of Awesome, and one whose rebellion gave Calamity his title of Dashite. Dashite. Yeah, da shit. Da shit. Oh my god. Da shit. Now I get it. Now I get what Dashite is. It means the shit. Oh my god, what? I'm gonna make a notebook. Yeah, no, we've covered that word a lot more. It's less common than you think. I don't know what to think, although I had to admit, she certainly had the right hair. I heard they've got stuff back there called Dash, Rainbow Dash said conspiratorially, which Pinky says would make me even faster. She landed with a heroic stance, her voice filling with extra bravado. Of course, I don't do that stuff, AJ. Dash on dash? That wouldn't just break the law of Equestria, that would break the laws of physics. How cool. An apple green coated stallion trotted up and whispered something in the ear of the orange pony, apparently named AJ. Rainbow Dash stopped with a stare. So, AJ, who's the new buck? Huh. You don't have to ask it like that, AJ. AJ bristled. Oh my god, the sauce is so freaking real. Oh man, that's so true. I'm not here for AU cred either. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna break character here. Unless a stream is perfectly about like being OOC kind of and just having fun doing whatever, I don't mind talking about AUs. Like other times it's just like all people are talking about in the comments is AUs, and it's like, you know, I'm not really interested in having that conversation here. I don't say it, right? I keep these thoughts to myself. I'm playing a game. I want to play the game. I want to have conversations on the game I'm playing, on the video I'm watching, on the crud on topic, you know? But yeah. That's just a personal thing. It's pretty much whatever though at the end of the day. I mean, it's such a small little thing. Okay, y'all can talk about it. I don't care what y'all do. This is just like, I'm not gonna get involved with that crud is all I'm saying. Aw, if you wanted some company, Rainbow Dash clapped the orange pony on her cutie mark, you could have just asked me. The earth pony fixed Rainbow Dash with a look. My bond door, don't swing that way. I obviously did that all on purpose. That was for the bit. That was probably agonizingly loud for everybody. I'm terribly sorry. But it was for the bit. I had to do it. My bond door, don't swing that way. Something stirred in me. And neither does yours. The stirring died. You're drunk. The orange pony added unnecessarily but accurately. Stepping out of the way of the green mare whose plate was loaded with cakes. Rainbow Gash just giggled. Let's just go with that. So, you gonna introduce me to your buck friend or not? AJ rolled her eyes before introducing him. This here's Sergeant Steele. Oh, she said the thing. She said the thing! This here's Sergeant Steelhooves. Apple snack. Served with Big Macintosh. Apples. Dear, this is Rainbow Dash. The old friend of war told you about? No way. No way! Rainbow Dash echoed my thoughts that proceeded to derail them. You're dating a buck named Apple Snack? The Pegasus had just begun to fly again, collapsing on the floor, rolling in laughter. The elderly orange earth pony rolled her eyes. Not looking at her laughing companion, she declared, "Don't hurt yourself." Somewhere else in the room, an argument had broken out.
Oh, and why did I do it? Because it was hilarious, and I had to do it. I had to over-exaggerate it because it was that not funny, but hilarious.
Applejack and apple snack? Rainbow Dash tried to get up again, but broke down in a fresh wave of laughter. Oh, it hurts too much! I was thinking that his title had to be a coincidence. I know for sure from his voice, but so far he hadn't said anything. He was watching his date's old friend with a graciously rice amusement. So Steel Hooves came from this stable. This is his home. This is where he came from. It had to be done. It had to be done. Yep. POV, I died. Pretty much it. That's true. Life went on. My sight was torn away from the two as Vinyl Scratch looked up to the balcony where the argument I'd barely noticed earlier was beginning to draw Pony's attention. I immediately recognized Pinkie Pie, although the purple unicorn who was trotting determinedly away from her was not familiar. Not this again, Pinkie Pie bouncing about her. You wouldn't expect me to bake a cupcake without tasting it to make sure it's good, would you? I'm leaving, she said. I shouldn't have come. She was barely audible through the clamor of the party. Pinkie Pie's voice, however, could somehow be heard clearly over the intense rock music. Oh, don't be like that, Twilight. It's a party. Have fun. She sang it like a mantra. Always dying. Jay is dying. We're all dying. We'll be there eventually. Time will either kill you or it will make you better. No, it's gonna kill you. What am I saying? Sorry, everyone. Reality sucks sometimes. That's why we must replace the flesh with cybernetics. What? What? I didn't say anything. The unicorn glared forward, ignoring her until the surprisingly bouncy pony dropped herself right in front of the purple unicorn. Have fun! Have fun! Have fun! Have fun! She sang it like a mantra. The unicorn stopped one forehoof of the ground and stared. She seemed to struggle with an inner urge. For a moment, events could have gone either way, but then she stomped the hoof down. I'm not having fun, Pinkie Pie, she said, her voice dangerous and loud. And do you want to know a secret? Neither are you. Pinkie Pie giggled. Of course I'm having fun. There's cake and ice cream and cupcakes and the best party music and drinks and party favors and these? The unicorn floated a tin off a nearby table. I knew immediately what they were. Yup, especially those. The Pinkie Pony was nearly beaming. I heard Applejack groan next to me. Twilight opened the tin, then turned it over, spilling party time Mentos all over the floor. Some bounced over the— oh my god. Wait a minute. Pinkie Pie's a druggie. The side of the balcony, some down the stairs, the pink pony gasped and jumped for them, scooping them up. Part of me wanted to join her, but I wasn't along for the ride. I'm sick of lying for you, Twilight scolded loudly. For covering for you with the princesses, every pony is. And I'm not going to do it anymore. Pinkie looked up with a glare as she picked up her party time Mentos. You didn't have to do that. You witchy twitchy rhymes with itchy. That was bad. Voice crack there. You're not a party pony anymore, Pinkie. You're just an addict, like half of the ponies at your parties. The purple unicorn stared at the pink pony, unleashing a level of mad that had clearly been building up for some time. Well, this is it. I want my old friend back. I want my Pinkie Pie. You are not her. But if you should happen to find her, have her give me a call. The song ended, the beat stopped, the whole room fell into silence. Twy? No, don't twy me. It won't work this time. Either clean up and fess up. The unicorn took a deep breath, clenching her own eyes against what she was about to say. Or this friendship is over. Twilight turned and walked away. The pink pony seemed to deflate. Even her hair fell limp. Beside me, Applejack moaned again. Oh gosh, Twy. Rainbow Dash, who had long stopped laughing, flapped her wings. She's kinda right. And then the blue Pegasus slowly flew towards the exit. She still beat Twilight out the door. Twilight turned back, looking not quite at Pinkie Pie, and a voice, I'm not sure, reached the balcony. She said, if you decide to be my Pinkie Pie again, really do, and need help, you know where to call. Then she walked out the door into the what looked like a rainy Manhattan night. It swung shut behind her.
That was deep. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, we're at the end.
One thought hit me as I collapsed from the memory, like I had been kicked in the stomach. I had in fact vomited on myself. Leaning against the wall, I assured myself, I'm not that bad. But I have to be careful with you. I said to the party time mentals in my saddlebags, I can't let Calamity or Velvet Remedy get to thinking I have a problem with you. I don't want to lose my friends because they think I'm addicted. Footnote, level up. New perk, Tough Hide, level 1. The brutal experience of the Equestrian Wastelands have hardened you. You gain +3 damage threshold for each level of this perk you take.
Wow. Okay, I just want to say that is freaking deep. Pinkie is, honestly, you know what? If anyone's gonna addict it to stuff that makes life of the party even better, it's gonna be Pinkie. We've all seen Pony Mauve. We all know what direction this is going. Oh my gosh, let's see. Oh, I have 109 minutes before the premiere starts. Should I try to get another chapter in? I'm not sure. It's just the same length as this one. Holy cow, it just keeps freaking going. Oh my god, it keeps going! Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it keeps on going and going and going and going. It doesn't end! It keeps going! The Molt effect. The AU. Dude, I had so much fun recording the Molt effect. That was such a fun one. I actually spent several hours at various points recording it over and over again. I actually put some effort into it. I was up until like 2 a.m. Let's see. Chapter 14, Steel Hooves. Oh, do folks think I would be able to pull this one off? 108 minutes. What are thoughts? Can Jay slay, or is Jay gonna not make it? Ugh. Or here's what we could do. We can end it here, and then we can come back after a couple hours when this, after the premiere. We can do that too. I think that would probably be a smarter idea, because that only leaves like an hour and 20 minutes. Because these usually go on for a while. See, I don't want to just go halfway. I want to complete the whole page. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. So sometime after the premiere, let's see, what is it? Probably, you know what? We'll some point after the premiere, I will start up another stream. I'm really wanting to like push more and more and more into this story. I want to get it done. I want to keep reading through it. So. But it's always just hard trying to get the time open for it, you know? Because you reading these takes, we've been here for 2 hours on this one freaking page. Yeah, right? That would be such an immersion killer. All right, that's what we're going to do. So, folks, hopefully you all will be able to show up to the next stream after we're done with today's premiere. Sometime after that, I'll come back here again. And we'll start another stream and I'll keep going. This will give me a little break also to do crud in between. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching.